Hello everyone, how you doing today? The weather and Toilet Finder 775 here and welcome back to another video. This time this video is going to be about the severe weather potential for today, Friday, June 26, 2020. If you enjoy this or any of my other content, please make sure to hit the like button and or subscribe. Also, leave a nice comment. I'm gonna show you. About 90% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you would hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And if I'm encouraging but not requiring you to hit the push notification bell if you do not want to miss a single upload. Now, now let's get into the video. As you can see here, we have a we have an enhanced risk introduced for eastern Iowa into southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, to northern Indiana, and southern lower Michigan. No, wait, this is where my area of greatest concern is within the enhanced risk zone. But here we actually have from Colorado all the way to northern Ohio. Hold on, I'm drawing this circle. Here from Colorado to northern Ohio, we have a long slight risk. Actually, as far west as southeast Wyoming. And over here in the green, which I'm circling right now, is going to be a very rough circle. So pardon that. And if you have any constructive criticism, I'll take that. Over here, within the green circle, we have a marginal risk. This is where the marginal risk is where isolated severe storms are possible. The slight is where scattered or more numerous severe storms are possible with isolated intense. And enhanced is where numerous and potentially intense severe thunderstorms are possible. Now let's look at the tornado risk. Here, as you can see, we have two different areas of 2% tornado regions. Those are hold on. Here we have two different areas of 2% risk for tornadoes. Spoiler alert, I'm at my area where I live is actually in one of those 2% risk zones. And both of them have at least a very small 5% risk. 2% in the green, 5% in the brown. The first 2% is for Wyoming, and Colorado, with a 5% just for portions of central Colorado. For portions of so let's just leave it at portions of east central Colorado. And actually, we have another 2% risk. This is the larger one of the two. It extends from Kansas. It's for portions of central and northeast Kansas, southeast Nebraska, Iowa, southeast Minnesota, southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, southern Michigan, and northwest Ohio is where we have that second 2% risk. But here we have 5% risk. These 5% zones are the areas I am mostly concerned about. But we've had tornadoes and we've had actual tornado warnings in the 2% zones, at least somewhere in the U.S. Wind risk. Wind risk, we have a very large 5% risk. We have a very large 5% risk extending from New Mexico and Texas and Oklahoma northeast New Mexico, Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, through to eastern Colorado and Wyoming, and back east through to western 2/3 of the Great Lakes into southwest New York. Even that's where we have that 5% risk. But the yellow, which is approximated by this line that you can very barely see, is where a 15% risk for wind is in place. But there's also a red area that's a 30%. That's extending from eastern Iowa to lower Michigan and northern Indiana. That's why is there where there's a 30% probability of wind. Now let's look at the hail probabilities. I'm going to start the risk from lowest to highest. Approximately by this brown line is where we have a 5% hail risk in place. So north of this brown line, we have a 5% risk of hail in place. And yellow, and even along this line that you can just barely see, along this line, roughly along this weird shaped line, we have a 15% risk of hail. And even hold on, sorry about that. Was it this with this black contour? That's where over east central Colorado, we actually have a hatched area of 2-inch plus hail. Up to in excess of 2 inches in the small black hatch area over east central Colorado. Up to golf balls, up to ping pong balls, and up to ping pong and golf balls in the yellow area, and up to quarters and half dollars, quarters and perhaps half dollars in the 5% zone. Now I'm concerned that this, especially within the enhanced eastern end of the slight risk zone and the entire enhanced risk, is that I'm concerned that this could be a potential derecho. Even though the Storm Prediction Center does not specifically mention derechos, all they mention is an MCS and mesoscale convective system and clusters. And now let's look. Now with this comes an risk of excessive rainfall. Now, we actually have. This is the area I'm most concerned about. Don't worry about this area in the south. You have no doubt surface rainfall heavy rain still exists there. We have a marginal risk all the way from southeast Wyoming in the same general area as the severe risk, except a little further north. Except a little further north and west, perhaps west. And we have the same area as and there's a slight risk for excessive rainfall from eastern Iowa all the way through extreme northwest Pennsylvania and extreme south and far southwest New York State. That's why we have a slight risk for excessive rainfall. Let's see the forecast discussion. The slight risk will be maintained. I don't really care about the discussion right now. Let's just go into the models. So here I'm looking at the GFS model run. The good old global forecasting system. I'm gonna zoom into the Midwest, as that's where that's where the area of greatest concern resides. And this is my period of greatest concern right here is 0 UTC. And the CAPE right here and the greatest CAPE amounts at 0 UTC are surprisingly not in the enhanced risk zone. They're actually in the southern portions of the slight risk zone. Let's see what this entails. Severe threat over northwest Missouri. No Tor threats. Northeast Memo. Severe threat. Let's see this spot in Scott County, Iowa is a marginal tornado. Oh, we already got marginal tornado probabilities out for that area. And here, my area is a blue marginally severe storms possible. Excuse me more. San Francisco is faux French. Excuse me. Marginal Tor yet again in East Central Iowa. What's that? 2767. 2767. Oh, we still got a marginal tornado probabilities. Found for 18Z, according to the GFS. Now let's look at that convective inhibition. Regional. Gonna again zoom to the Midwest because that's where the greatest concern resides. Now for severe weather, you'll want it in the grays, i.e. minus 25 or less. Minus 25 or minus 20 between no cap and minus 25 cap. Ideally you want it in less than 12.5 for severe weather, I'm assuming. Minus 12. Oh, we actually got little to, if any, capping across much of the enhanced risk zone except for portions of the open waters of except for portions of southwest lower Michigan and portions of Lake Michigan where we got a strong cap. And I'm going to go to 0. Well, this is where the greatest cap resides from Iowa to Michigan. And the highest cap actually resides over Michigan, where minus 192 is in place. Let's see what the supercell parameters are looking like. I'm gonna change regional, Midwest, supercell composites are not looking that impressive, except in portions of the enhanced risk. Supercell composites actually shifted to the south of the enhanced risk area by 0 UTC. But some stray supercells are still possible in portions of the current slight risk. Energy Helicity Index. Midwestern US. Alright, really quick, I'm just gonna Google what is Energy Helicity Index. No, that's another weather service office. I'm gonna go to the weatherprediction.com. The Energy Helicity Index is the best index available for tornado prediction. It combines both convective available potential energy, or thunderstorm food, as well as helicity. I like to think of CAPE as thunderstorm food. Each energy helicity index greater than 1 indicates there's supercellular potential. 1 to 5, up to strong tornadoes possible. 5 plus is up to violent tornadoes possible. Hour 6. Energy helicity index is not looking too favorable. It might not be too favorable for tornadoes in the enhanced risk zone after beyond 18 UTC. Let's fly through these models real quick. $12, $15. The Cape is actually to the GFS and NAM might be in pretty good agreement. 4177. And this, I'm gonna go to southeast Wisconsin and see what that entails. Tornado potential. Tornado potential there. So we've got a tornado potential there in southwest Wisconsin and a tornado potential in Iowa. Even severe potential going as far west as Missouri and Kansas and Nebraska. And let's see how the NAM takes that convective inhibition. After looking at the Cape once, mixed surface based once again. I want single image. The cap is pretty strong at 12 UTC. 15 is still relatively strong. 618 Z is when the cap really dies out. It really dissipates, I like to say. 21 UTC, you got pretty much no capping across much of. I'm gonna zoom back out to national view. We've got some capping from Colorado, less than minus 50. You're stronger. But we've got little to no cap pretty much across the area from eastern Kansas through the lower Michigan. Oh, that's surface-based Cape. Never mind. Continental U.S., Midwest. 15 UTC. The mixed layer cape is not looking very impressive. But look at 18, and the cape starts to become pretty marginally interesting. Let's see that same general area in southeastern Wisconsin. Yep, even with that little cape, still showing a tornado potential. That's a possible hazard type. Well, look at that. The cape gets moved south of Wisconsin. 2832. Got a tornado potential. Don't know what that's about. That's saying the atmosphere is favorable for at least weak tornadoes, weak brief tornadoes. 33%. 4041. That entails a severe threat. Model NAM. NAM Supercell. Let's see what the NAM Super SCP looks like. Supercell Composite. Then after that, I'm going to show you the significant tornado parameter. And then SCP, Supercell Composite, is looking like an 18 across the northeast of Iowa, a 17 across northern Indiana, and a 15 peaking across southwest lower Michigan. And then southeast Wisconsin peaking at an 11. I'm just going to click on random spots here. Tor. Also Tor. Southwest lower Michigan. Still Tor. Even as Tor as far as south. That's northwest Indiana. A significant Tor parameter. Tornado parameters. Now the Midwest US into the Great Lakes is my zone of greatest concern for this possible derecho. Possible wind/hail event. Sorry about that. Now values rated at 0.5, and I'm assuming values rated at 0.5 indicate there's supercell potential. Indicate there's marginal tornado potential. I'm assuming. And 1 or greater indicates there's potential for a little bit stronger tornadoes. 18. They're not, STPs are not looking too high. But the storm, let's see on that northwest shore of, southeast shore of Lake Michigan, still showing Tor probabilities. 0 to 3 kilometer energy storm relative helicity. That's not it. I want energy helicity index. 4.2. Marginally severe across southeast Minnesota. 4.0. Tornado. Now I'm gonna fly through the radar real quick. Fly through the HRRR and what the NAM has to both have to say about that. Oh. You can see that there's isolated thunderstorms already developing in Iowa and Minnesota, and some showers in Wisconsin at 18 UTC. Those storms start spreading east by 19, then by 20. That's when things really start to go up. 20 UTC, a broken line of storms from Iowa. Showers and storms all the way from Iowa to Wisconsin. 10, 22, 23. 0, 1. So for you guys in the enhancers, this might be more of a nighttime thing. Until 6 UTC when it starts dissipating into showers and isolated thunderstorms. By 11 UTC, that's when it's all. By 12 UTC, that's when it's all said and done. Is the severe potential. I can go to the 16 UTC, even though this zone goes out to 18 hours. And the HRR is not quite agreeing with the NAM 3 kilometer, but they still managed to develop a line of storms from from eastern Iowa all the way through to lower Michigan, but albeit further south than what the NAM is showing. Now let's real quick go to the National Weather Service. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, we've already got a severe thunderstorm warning out for north of Decorah, Iowa. North central wind sheak in southeast Fillmore counties. 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Now I'm not going to be going live, so please don't request me to go live. I'm sorry, but that is just not gonna happen. I kind of don't have time. I have weather alerts to record if the severe threat ends up materializing. But anyways, this is it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click like and or comment and or subscribe and or turn on post notifications. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.